Welcome back to More Blessed Crypto. In today's video, we are going to be having another look at Bitcoin, BTC, to see if we can determine what is going on with the price. If you guys do appreciate the content, please do consider subscribing to the channel, give it a thumbs up, and make sure you hit the notifications bell when I'm uploading future content. And with that, let's get straight into it. So I have been away on holiday, as you guys are probably aware if you do follow the channel. So I do appreciate you guys watching that strategy video that I did put on the channel, just to kind of tick the channel over while I was on holiday. I did give you guys an opportunity to win 100 USDT if you could put the location of where I went on holiday, i.e. the country that I went to, and I gave you guys the opportunity to win 100 USDT if you put that into the strategy video in the comment section, and nobody did it. You guys did do it in the post, but you didn't do it in the strategy content video that I did put out for you guys. So I'm going to give you one more chance to earn 100 USDT. Obviously, you guys are extremely rich with all of the trading that you're doing because you're not bothered about earning yourself 100 USDT. So let me know in the comments of this video, the Bitcoin video, where I went to on my holiday, and if you guess it correct, I will give you 100 USDT. If 2 people or 3 people do actually guess the correct place, then obviously you'll be splitting it amongst yourselves, and I will let you know in the comments if you are a winner. Okay, if you do appreciate my content, I would really appreciate that you do smash up the like button, because I have been away from YouTube, and YouTube does not like it when you take a break from posting videos, so you probably won't even get a notification for this video. So to help me and the channel, do smash up the like button and let me know in the comments, do you think Bitcoin is going up from here, or do you think we are going to get a bit of a deeper retracement? Now, I am going to get into the wave count in just a second, but before I do, in the strategy video that I told you guys about this indicator, I gave you a possible turnaround that we could be looking for a short position as soon as this turns red. I said to you, we may come back up to retest this red line. It'll be interesting to see if this indicator, if you trust it, would we get that reversal? And we did not close a daily candle above this indicator. If you want to know how to use this indicator, do go and watch my previous video, because it will show you how to use this indicator and how you need to trust it for it to work. And if you had got into a short position when it came up to retest that red line, you would have been in a 8.78% move to the downside without leverage. So you could have got into a extremely juicy trade, but I was on holiday relaxing, not looking at the chart, so I didn't get into that trade myself. All right, so that's just, just to show you guys that this is a very profitable indicator that is completely free of charge, and I do not get paid anything for promoting this indicator. It's just something that works really well, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Now, while I'm on this chart, I just want to kind of point out the moving averages that we are potentially finding support along at the moment. Now, we have the 50-day moving average, which is coming in currently at the moment at about 29,165, which we are getting a bit of a weak bounce along at the moment. If we do end up losing that moving average, the next one is going to be, I think, the 200 week moving average, which is coming in at 27,158. And if we have that, if we lose that, we're then looking at the 200 day moving average, which is coming in at 26,430 basically. So I am still expecting that if we do come lower, we will be potentially looking at finding a bounce between 28,300 all the way down to the 786 fib at 26,254. But I just want to double check something. Yeah, okay. If we end up losing the 786 fib at 26,287, and we end up losing this trend line, which has acted as support on multiple occasions, I think there could be a potential that something more bearish is going on. So this is the key level that we will need to hold, that 786 fib level. If we lose that, then we will be potentially falling back down to this area down here, maybe 23,947 or 22,035. If we end up losing this level, then I would be switching bearish on this chart. I don't really want to see us lose 24,000, but I would give it one more chance at that 22,000 level. But if we end up losing this level, then we are going to be changing the structure of the chart, and I would be more inclined that we could be going back down to test the 15,500 level, or potentially put in new bear market lows. Okay, now I did give you guys this trend line, which we had a couple of touch points and we were struggling to get above this, and I said we need to get a daily candle above it, and then the next candle needs to hold above it, and we ended up just collapsing straight back down. So the key area that we do need to get above for further upside and sustain above it is 30,700, and we are just struggling to get above that. Maybe we do need to get a bit more of a deeper retracement before we can end up pushing this to the upside to get that wave 3 that we have or are now currently waiting for. So I can now count that we have these 5 waves up to complete a wave 1, and then we could be potentially looking at getting this wave 2 pullback, right? But I am still potentially looking that we did a wave 1, we came down to do a wave 2, we then did another 1-2 pattern, and now we have done another 1-2 pattern in the yellow third wave of this 1-2 pattern. Okay, so it's all still looking pretty good. The way we are moving up on the higher time frame, now looking at this, I am a little bit concerned about the way we are moving up, and there is a potential way that I can count this as a diagonal pattern, but I've only kind of opened that onto the chart if we do end up losing that 786 fib level at 26,284. So at the moment I'm still focused on further upside unless we do end up losing that 786 fib level, and I am potentially myself looking at long positions if we do come down a little bit lower to 28,300 all the way down to that 26,284. This is where I will be loading up on long positions, but we don't necessarily need to come down that low. There is a potential that we can go up from here. Okay, now if I kind of zoom in a little bit for you guys, we're going to have a look at the wave count that I have got on the chart. Now, there are different ways to interpret what is going on at the moment. Now, there is a way that I can count the wave 5 as being complete here. Okay, and then we had an A wave down, a B wave up, and then a C wave down. Or this could actually be a WXY structure. But to be honest with you, it doesn't really make much difference. I'm more focused on the support boxes that I have put onto the chart. So we're looking at these Fibonacci levels, the 50% fib level at 28,319, which I would like to see the price get to. It doesn't need to, but I would be more comfortable with this being the right wave count if we can at least come down to that 50% fib level and get a touch off of that 50% fib level. Now, if you look at this move here, where we had, probably need to zoom out onto the 4 hourly. Every move from the low to the high, okay, if I actually measure from the low to the high, you can see that on every occasion, really, we just slipped below the 50% fib level and then we rallied. If I take from this low to this high, you can see also that we came down to the 50% fib level. We faked out below it. and then we rallied from there. And I wouldn't be surprised if the same thing happens again. We get a big move up, we correct down 50% to 28,319, and then we get another bounce from there. We can look at this area here where we were struggling to get above this level for quite a long time. And I do think that this is going to act as support if we do come back down to that 28,300 level. So this would be an area, if we can come down to that 50% fib level, I would be potentially looking at getting into a long trade. If I get the fixed range volume profile and I drag it from here to here, you will see that the point of control is coming in at 28,034. And we also have the value area high, which is coming in at 28,692. So it could very well be that we do end up coming back down to this level, just below the 50% fib level, touch that point of control, and then we may start to rally from there. So it's just something that I am watching at the moment, and I wouldn't be surprised that if we do come back down to that 28,000 level, or 28,200, around this sort of level, in between the 50% and the 618 fib, which is coming in at 27,479, I really wouldn't be surprised if we do get a big bounce. Now, we do have the FOMC meeting. I'm going to zoom back in for you guys now. I know I am kind of chopping around a bit, but give me a break because I have been on holiday and I haven't been doing content for a little while. So bear with me. But what usually happens on the FOMC meeting is we get a bit of a pump up. Then we kind of liquidate all of the shorts. And then we usually come back down. We liquidate the longs, and then we just kind of go sideways while Powell is speaking. And then usually after that, the market then makes a decision in which direction we are going to go in. Now, at the moment, I am counting the wave 5 as here. I'm looking at this as an A wave down, this as a B wave up. I do have some problems with this because this B wave is quite short. If I take the fibs from the top to the bottom of the A wave, we didn't even get to like the 50% fib level. I'm wondering, did we get to the 382 fib? Let's have a look. Okay, so we did get to the 382 fib. So that is okay for a B wave, but it was quite a weak B wave. In crypto, normally we like to get quite strong B waves, but it is valid. So we can look at this as an A wave down. This is a B wave up. And now we are in the C wave, where we've done a wave 1. This is a wave 2. This is a wave 3. We should get a wave 4, and we should get one more wave to the downside to complete a wave 5. Now, I wouldn't necessarily count on us getting another move down. Crypto does like to just start powering to the upside without this final low. Now, if I put that indicator on that I was speaking to you guys about in that strategy video, let's have a look at the 4 hourly. Sometimes we can indicate whether we're going to get a reversal if we look at that indicator. It doesn't always work on the 4 hourly. It does get invalidated more than the daily. But let's just have a look to see if we are in the blue. Okay, so at the moment, we are testing that red line. We have flipped it blue. So if we can stay above this blue line, this could potentially indicate to us that we are going to go up from here. But just be aware that this does get invalidated more often than the daily time frame, this red line. So we have now flipped it. Could be a bit of a fake out, and we do get that final wave to the downside. And then maybe this blue line will start to kind of level off like this, and then we get this one more wave down. Then we can then come back, find that blue line as support, and then continue to the upside. That's just, you know, a potential trade setup idea that could end up happening. I do think, or would like to at least see one more low on this chart. But just remember, like I said, we don't always need to get them. Now, I'll be honest with you, I am in a long position from 29,000. I've taken 50% profit already, and I will just let this trade run during the FOMC meeting to see how high we do go. Now, if we are looking at this as a wave 1 to the downside, this is a wave 2 and this is a wave 3, and we are looking at this as a wave 4, we are going to get one more wave to the downside. Let me just quickly change the wave degrees quickly. If we are looking at that, I can actually give you guys some wave 4 resistance that if we do end up getting above that, it could indicate to us that actually maybe something more bullish is going on, and that would be if we can get above the 50% fib level at 29,597. That could potentially indicate that something more bullish is going on. But I am going to add the 618 fib as well. I would like to see us get above that 618 fib at 29,776. And then obviously we'd then have the 786 fib, which would be coming in around that 30,000 level. I am seeing a lot of analysts at the moment looking for a $30,000 Bitcoin, and are all potentially looking at getting into short positions if we do come up to that $30,000 level. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I would be potentially looking at, if we do get a bit of a move up with the FOMC meeting, while Powell's speaking, and we do get a bit of a move up, I would be potentially looking at getting into short positions from 29,597 up to that 618 fib level. But I want to see how we are moving up to this area, and I would wait for a possible rejection from one of those fibs before I did enter into a trade. But this would be an area that you could be potentially looking at getting into a short position if we do come up to these sorts of levels. And then we could then still be potentially looking at coming down to get this final fifth wave to the downside to complete this wave C, to complete this wave 2, and this would be the area that I would start to look for long positions from that 50% fib level at 28,319 down to that 618 fib at 27,479. But if we did end up coming down and we lose that 786 fib at 26,284, then that would open the door to lower prices. So I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Please do consider subscribing to the channel, give it a thumbs up, and make sure you hit the notifications bell for when I'm uploading future content. And with that, take care, stay blessed.